evening. This is the 18 WJTS News. I'm Charlotte Olson. Winter weather continued to plague portions of southern Indiana today, causing numerous school closings and cancellations. Over the weekend, icy weather kept Indiana State Police troopers busy as they worked to keep up with all the vehicles sliding off the roads that were made dangerously slippery by snow and icy conditions. Sergeant Todd Ringel of the State Police said that a total of more than 300 vehicles sliding off roadways had been reported to the agency as of Saturday morning. Today, with another weather system making its way to the area and also bringing snow accumulations of up to 2.5 inches in some parts of the area, local dispatch reported a semi-truck jackknifed this morning off of a ramp on Interstate 64 and State 162 at the Ferdinand exit. The incident took place around 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and officers on the scene say that north and southbound traffic along State Road 162 was not affected by the incident. The National Weather Service out of Louisville issued a hazardous weather outlook and winter weather advisory for today and much of our area. For tonight, forecasters with the National Weather Service say that with some snow being possible across the outlook area late tonight, and it may produce accumulations of up to ½ inch. The latest road conditions for the state, if you need them, you can call 511 to get all of the weather conditions across our state. Very cold Arctic air will follow this system on Tuesday and Wednesday, and for a complete list of cancellations, closing, and delays, you can check out our Facebook page or our radio partner, 101 Country WBDC. A Daviess County woman was taken into custody after she was accused of various offenses, including theft and striking a police officer as part of a weekend shoplifting incident at Walmart in Jasper. Just before 11 a.m. on Saturday morning, officers with the Jasper Police Department were advised of a female being detained at Walmart Supercenter for shoplifting. Police say that 34-year-old Misty Star Hayes of Washington attempted to take clothing items and reading glasses worth a total of $87.29. Hayes is also alleged to have struck a Jasper police officer while attempting to resist. She is charged with a misdemeanor count of theft and resisting law enforcement, as well as a level 6 felony count of battery. She was taken to and booked into the DuBois County Security Center. The Jasper police say that a driver that left the scene of an accident last week at the Huck's convenience store on Huffman Road turned herself in. Police had previously asked for the public's help in identifying an older model two-tone silver-red pickup truck that had collided with a gas pump and caused damage. However, police say that Rebecca Thompson of Huntingburg turned herself into police for the accident. Thompson is being charged with leaving the scene of property damage accident. A traffic stop in Jasper over the weekend led to the arrest of a Huntingburg man on OWI and drug possession charges. Just before 2 a.m. on Sunday, officers with the Jasper Police Department conducted a traffic stop on a passenger car driven by 33-year-old Corey Brown of Huntingburg. Police say he disregarded a traffic stop at the intersection of 13th and Newton. During the traffic stop, officers located approximately 2 grams of methamphetamine within Brown's vehicle. It was also found that Brown was under the influence of methamphetamine. He was charged with a level 6 felony count of possession of methamphetamine and a Class C misdemeanor count of operating while intoxicated. He was taken to and booked into the DuBois County Security Center. Last week, Indiana State Republicans announced their 2018 legislative agenda, which outlines their caucus priorities for the session. In addition to fighting the drug epidemic and improving our workforce development, efforts that were discussed last week, District 48 State Senator Mark Messmer of Jasper says that goals include supporting our schools, reforming our state's civil forfeiture laws, and updating Indiana's alcohol laws.
Senate Bill 189 supports our schools by increasing school funding to account for higher than expected enrollment at many of our state's public schools. Senate Bill 99 aims at reforming our state civil forfeiture laws. Civil forfeiture is an important tool for law enforcement, and this bill balances the right of law enforcement with a person's property rights. Senate Bill 99 establishes a probable cause requirement for law enforcement on all forfeiture cases and creates a process for innocent property owners to get their property back. Senate Bill 1 acts on the recommendation of the Alcohol Code Revision Commission by allowing the sale of alcohol from noon to 8 p.m. on Sundays in Indiana at all retail stores.
Messmer says that he looks forward to debating these bills and other issues in the coming weeks as legislators work to address problems facing the state. He says it's his hope that these bills will help achieve goals of continuing to make Indiana a great place to live and work. As always, stay up to date on what's happening at the State House by signing up for Messmer's weekly e-newsletters at www.indianasenaterepublicans.com/Messmer. Signing up is quick, easy, and free. And Messmer's office news shares your information with anyone. As always, feel free to contact his office directly with your questions by email at senator.messmer@iga.in.gov or phone at 800-382-9467. The 6th Annual Young Women Lead Conference is coming up in March and will be held at Vincennes University Jasper campus and the Jasper Arts Center. Young Women Lead is a free all-day conference for all local high school girls in grades 9 through 12 living in Crawford, Davies, DuBois, Martin, Orange, Perry, Pike, or Spencer County. Focused on girls' leadership, education, and development, the conference empowers young women to embrace their strengths and reach their full potential. The theme of this year's conference is Be Connected, but surprisingly not in the way you might think. We know today's teens need no encouragement to connect electronically, and this year's conference will encourage participants to focus on building personal connections within themselves, with others, and their communities. They will hear from a nationally recognized speaker and attend their choice of relevant breakout sessions led by local women covering topics ranging from confident personal presentation and college preparation to online social etiquette, self-defense, entrepreneurship, and more. Registration for this conference is free and begins at 7:30 a.m. on Monday, today, the 15th. You can go to www.youngwomenlead.com, and it's only open to the first 475 participants. The 6th Annual Young Women Lead Conference is scheduled to take place on March the 7th, and spots do fill up quickly, so don't delay in registering. A Gibson County Sheriff deputy resigned his post after a verdict was handed down by Gibson Superior Court jurors finding him guilty to felony of child seduction. Last week, Gibson County Sheriff Deputy Daniel Greer was convicted of using his position as a deputy/school resource officer to seduce a 16-year-old Gibson Southern High School student into a sexual encounter in January or February of last year. Greer signed a letter of resignation following the jury verdict. He had been suspended from the department without pay and free on bond since the charges were filed this past summer. A teenager died this weekend after being struck on a sled by a drunk driver, and 16-year-old Castle High School student Davis Collier died after a drunk driver hit her sled on Saturday night in Newburgh. 20-year-old Galena Whitty of Evansville, the driver of the car, is facing preliminary charges of operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated with a prior conviction and operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated, endangering others. Vectren Energy North says that the recent cold snap will cost its natural gas customers about 30% more than last year. It said last week that extreme temperatures during the last half of December and first half of January led it to deliver record volumes of gas. Vectren says that average customers will see gas bills that are about 30% higher than for the same period a year ago. Customers who need help managing gas costs should contact Vectren at 1-800-227-1376. Another gas company also reported high usage, and Citizens Energy Group in Indianapolis says that it delivered a record amount of natural gas to its customers between December 26th and January the 6th. That broke a record set during the so-called polar vortex winter of 2013 and 2014. And make sure you keep it right here, except next we're going to take a look at your weather summary.